The leopard is cool enough to defeat even a honey badger, but this kid was too much for him. When the porcupine noticed the crouching predator, it attacked in an unexpected way. It began to back away and aim its needles at the leopard's eyes. And the cat was not ready for this. As a result, several needles pierced his muzzle and paws. This is not the only epic case when a leopard made a mistake with its choice of prey. We must pay tribute to the leopard. Attacking an entire herd of bulls is an adventure that requires really nerves of steel. The predator's tactics had a chance of success. He suddenly rushed at the calf and tried to kidnap it right from under the nose of the herd. The combination of incredible speed and strength allowed him to count on success. Running while holding prey weighing as much as a small motorcycle in your teeth is pretty cool. But the leopard underestimated the cohesion of the herbivores. They did not abandon the calf and fought back against the predator. The leopard couldn't get far with its prey in its teeth. He was stopped, surrounded, and began to be beaten with horns, rammed, and trampled with powerful hooves. The leopard definitely regretted choosing such a target as a calf. He fought back and even tried to keep his prey in his fangs for a while. The leopard has a plan. He wants to strangle the calf, retreat, and return to dinner when the herd is left. But the predator does not have time to do this. He has to unclench his jaws, otherwise he will simply be trampled upon. The leopard escapes from the angry bulls only because there was a tree nearby. The predator manages to hide in its crown. But the buffaloes are in no hurry to leave. The leopard will have to wait a long time until they stop chasing him. Not only his parents joined in the protection of the calf, but also all members of the herd. This mutual assistance of herbivores deserves your like, doesn't it? Here too, the leopard tried to pull off a similar trick, but he was not even allowed to pounce on one of the ungulates. The initiative was quickly seized, and the leopard was forced to retreat immediately. It feels like he flew out of the thicket, said something like, "Sorry, I made a mistake," and then flew back into the dense thicket. And even if the predator manages to catch the cub, he will have to deal with the mother's anger. And this is a very bad option for a cat that is several times smaller than a hoofed one. The leopard is trying to climb a tree with a calf to finish it off like this, but the parent strikes terrible blows with his horns exactly on the body of the cat. The leopard even does somersaults from this. He gets to the tree, but he has no prey in his teeth. The calf is alive and runs out of the thicket, and the leopard has to lick wounds in the crown of a tall plant while an enraged enemy is waiting for him below. The leopard crept up to the donkey and grabbed it by the throat. It seems that the poor big-eared ungulate has no chance. But just look how calmly he walks with the leopard around his neck. It's as if the predator doesn't cause him any inconvenience at all. The donkey doesn't panic. He's trying to trample the leopard. The predator manages to force the ungulate down to the road. It seems that now the leopard will finish off the donkey, but no, the ungulate rises to its feet again and gives a powerful rebuff. As a result, the leopard runs out of strength and lies down on the ground. It's the donkey's turn now to teach the leopard a lesson. Who would have thought that this ungulate would chase a mighty leopard that has to save its life? Leopards are powerful predatory cats that have incredible agility and are strong enough to take down a zebra or twice as heavy of an antelope. And thanks to its well-developed ability to disguise itself, the predator is able to get very close to the fleet-footed gazelle. The ungulate, despite all its speed, simply will not have time to react to the attack. An impressive throw from the height of the second floor will end with a helpless victim in the paws of the leopard. Leopards are masters of ambushes. They are able to silently sneak up on prey and quickly attack into a vulnerable throat. Usually, a spotted predator strangles its prey. Although it is inferior in size to lions, tigers, and jaguars, leopards have great strength and can take down a zebra with one blow, lift a gazelle up a tree, and jump a huge distance. But contacting lions and entering their territory is a mistake even for an experienced spotted hunter. The leopard hid in a dense thicket. You gotta agree, He is almost invisible to us. That's just that lionesses have well-developed senses and are able to focus not only on sight, but also on smell. They tracked down the leopard and attacked it with the three of them. Even one lioness is bigger than an adult leopard, and there are several of them here. They pulled the spotted cat out of the thicket into the open to teach him a painful lesson. It is better not to poke other predators into the territory of lions. We must pay tribute to the spotted hunter. He fiercely and desperately fights back. The leopard lay down on its back, but this is not a sign of its submission at all. On the contrary, in this position, the predator can most actively and effectively defend itself. He uses all four paws and is ready to fight off the threats from any side with them. Powerful punches and curved claws are his first line of defense. Biting into the enemy with them, the leopard develops an attack with lightning speed and tries to bite the enemy with its fangs, tear, get to the throat into large vessels. But the leopard underestimates the lionesses. They have no less cool of an arsenal, but more physical strength and are able to work together. They attacked the leopard from different sides, and they leave him no chance of a successful counterattack. This leopard heard some noise in the thicket and decided to check if it was possible to have a snack for those who make these sounds. No, it's not possible. It's an adult lioness. She easily rebuffed a large and strong male leopard. He had to go on the defensive and run away from the lioness to save his life. Although both cats have a spotted color, it is quite difficult to confuse a cheetah and a leopard. Now you can compare these predators up close and underestimate the obvious difference between them. The leopard is a muscular and rather squat beast that relies on agility and a powerful punch rather than speed. But the cheetah is a sprinter who has a lean and flexible body with long limbs. In a cheetah, two black stripes descend from the eyes to the corner of the mouth, and the spots are solid. Leopard spots often have the shape of rings. While the predators are standing quietly and watching each other, there is another adult cheetah behind the scenes. Suddenly, the leopard breaks into a run. He thinks he can catch at least one cheetah by surprise, deal with a competitor, and easily finish him off. But the leopard underestimated the fastest runner on the planet, who easily breaks away from the chase. Trying to sneak up on a cheetah is also not a good idea. Here the leopard was able to get close to the opponent at a fairly good distance. There are literally a few steps between them. The leopard covers the distance in 1.5 seconds. But the cheetah's reaction speed is fine too. It was as if he was ready to attack, so he instantly breaks into a run, accelerates, and breaks away from the leopard, which almost clung to his back. The leopard did not have enough inches to throw, but this distance saved the cheetah's life. This leopard is used to the fact that cheetahs always retreat and run away from him. Well, he just didn't know who he was messing with. An aggressive and rather large predator will not run away. On the contrary, he attacks the leopard himself. He did not expect such a turn of events and retreats in panic. Here too, the leopard received an unexpectedly powerful rebuff from a female cheetah. She is lighter than the opponent, and any injury threatens her with danger because she will not be able to reach maximum speed for hunting. These arguments are usually enough to retreat at the mere approach of a leopard, but not this time. And that's because it's a female that protects a teenage kitten. The leopard tries to attack him and gets a tough rebuff. A female cheetah slaps him in the face, and the leopard is shocked but finally realizes that he has contacted the wrong opponent. He runs away, and the female cheetah chases the enemy, trying to hit him a few more times so that the aggressor remembers this lesson a little bit better. The leopard clearly decided that such a huge and well-fed beast as a hippopotamus could not be nimble and fast. The predator saw the little hippopotamus going to his mother, and the two of them were walking along the shore of the reservoir. The predator thought that he would have time to deal with the baby before his mother noticed it and fought back. This was a big mistake. It turned out that hippos can move at an amazing speed. The leopard had to retreat. And the hippo family calmly continued their walk. They don't even seem to take the leopard seriously. Is it a shame? Maybe, but the female hippopotamus didn't crush his head. The leopard came to the tiger's territory and regretted it very much. The mighty predator immediately noticed the intrusion and crept up to the leopard within throwing distance. The tiger is the largest and strongest representative of wild cats. It is unlikely that the leopard expected such speed and agility from him. But the striped hunter turned out to be incredibly fast. He rushed at the enemy with lightning speed and almost caught him. The leopard made the only right decision. Instead of trying to escape, he climbed a tree. But just look. Right here, the tiger also climbed up the pole. A tiger is about 3 times heavier than a spotted cat. If he had gotten to the leopard, he would have broken its neck for a few seconds. But still, he could not climb up to the same height. The leopard climbed onto the thinnest branches right at the top of the tree. That is what saved him. Dinosaurs are not extinct. They just turned into birds and are just waiting for an excuse to show their coolness. To approach the cassowary, you need a shield, like a Roman legionary. But even then, the bird attacks with the fury of a berserker and jumps on the shield with all its weight. And if you annoy an ostrich, it can even get sadder. For this bird, the cheetah is just an annoying punk who needs to be taught a lesson. Contrary to popular belief, ostriches do not stick their heads in the sand during danger. They hit with a turn no worse than MMA champions. This bird seems clumsy due to the fact that its dense body is covered with voluminous feathers, but its curved thin neck and fleshy legs are not. So these predators allowed themselves to be fooled by their appearance. In fact, the ostrich is a very clever creature. This feathered animal can run faster than 43 miles per hour, 70 kilometers per hour, which is comparable to the results of the best racehorses in the world. Legs that can give such a run-up are capable of breaking all the ribs of a predator with one blow. So if some inexperienced predator climbs into an attack against an ostrich, he will realize that he has messed with the wrong one and will forever remember this painful lesson. And herbivores should not be imposed. Otherwise, it will be like this young giraffe which the ostrich drove to hysterics. If he survives, of course. Fortunately, these birds are quite patient and are able to effectively warn intrusive people that getting to know each other is probably not worth it. With one warning blow, the ostrich breaks the whole fence. Can you imagine what would have happened if the bird had not been so patient? But these people were not so smart to move enough away. You shouldn't mess with an ostrich. So remember this lesson. Do not approach wild birds and do not try to pet them. If they are in a bad mood, there will be no warnings. Eagles don't like impudence very much. This huge bird was in a cage, so another brazen feathered decided that nothing was threatening him and he could steal someone else's food with impunity. But the thief didn't know who he was messing with. The eagle grabbed the impudent man with lightning speed just at the moment when he was trying to get food out of the cage. This cheeky bird will remember this lesson for a long time. But it's better not to mess with birds of prey, so it's with roosters and chickens. Didn't expect it, did you? So the eagles and hawks are not waiting for a serious rebuff. In vain, the roosters have all the trumps on the ground: powerful legs, maneuverability, experience. If the tactics of our quick raid did not work, the eagle can only fight back and spread its wings to appear larger. And the rooster will push again and again to show with his claws and beak. It's better not to touch his chickens. Even a medium-sized chicken can peck a falcon to protect its offspring. Roosters have several advantages. Firstly, it is a very combative character. They really like to fight. Secondly, it is the presence of spurs next to the claws. The eagle's claws are adapted to grab the victim on the fly. They can fight on the ground, but then it becomes too difficult to keep their balance. You have to grab and hold the prey to finish it off with your beak. But the claws of roosters are shorter, but there are sharp spurs, so these birds can attack and retreat, be maneuverable and agile while maintaining the ability to inflict serious damage. And finally, there may be several roosters and chickens. And if they attack a predator together, they will simply peck. Pelicans eat fish that they catch with their beak with a large leather pocket. You know it, we know it, even pigeons know this. And that lets them down. After all, these pigeons do not know who they have contacted, the bird-eating pelican. He pretends to be harmless and then attacks the pigeon and easily swallows it. And what? If a trout fits in the beak, then there's a place for a pigeon there. However, sometimes they fail to take advantage of the surprise effect. These capybaras do not know what a formidable and bloodthirsty predator is next to them, but they don't need to. The pelican can't swallow them anyway, although he tries so hard. And the capybara clearly doesn't care. Its equanimity is a threat that can only be envied. If you ever walk through the jungles of the northeast of Australia, then just why are you doing that? Run away. After all, even if you do not meet with poisonous spiders or dangerous reptiles, there is a risk that you will caught by him, the cassowary. This bird seems cute, but messing with it is a really big mistake. The cassowary looks exotic even against the backdrop of the other huge flightless birds. Unlike the dense ostrich, the cassowary is quite slender, has a bright head color, but its body is covered with black long feathers that more closely resemble the hair of a Rastafarian. At the same time, cassowaries are quite large. Adults can reach a height of 6 feet, 1.8 meters, with a weight of 130 pounds, up to 60 kilograms, which is a very impressive mass for a bird, because even huge golden eagles are almost 10 times lighter. At the same time, because of the thin silhouette stretched upwards, the cassowary seems to be a rather slender bird, especially since most individuals are still smaller than the specified sizes. But do not be deceived. This is not an intellectual, but a real bouncer from the feathered world. The most striking thing is the cassowary helmet, the horn seal on the bird's head. Have you seen the attack of an American football player who was trying to bring victory to his team in a matter of seconds before the end of the match? So, cassowaries use their helmet in about the same way. They powerfully ram everything they see in the forest and run straight ahead. This is their way of making their way through dense thickets. Other birds bypass obstacles, cassowaries ram them. But if you think that the cassowary reacts to danger in the same way, then you are mistaken, because this creature is a real master of martial arts among birds. He instantly assesses the enemy and goes on the attack. In battle, the cassowary uses not only his battering ram helmet and sharp beak, but also his legs. It is the extremities that are the main weapon of this bird. With a kick, she can break the back of a shepherd dog, and sharp claws are used as knives. The one who survived a fight with an angry cassowary is not even afraid of the claws of a leopard. After all, the feathered one deliberately marks his blades exactly in the face and eyes of the enemy. This bird does not fly, but its powerful legs give it the ability to jump like some ninja from Japanese anime. You see the cassowary, and then he turns into a shadow, soars up, and kicks with the force of a sledgehammer, tearing the target with his claws in a couple of lunges. And do you know what exactly can provoke a cassowary to fight? Yes, in general, nothing. He doesn't need a reason to rush into battle. One sideways glance in the direction of this bird, and you cannot make vacation plans. Even if you stay whole, you'll have to spend the money on a plastic surgeon. Therefore, in zoos and nature reserves, cassowaries are approached with growth shields. Only they can withstand the pressure of this monster. It is said that ancient animals survived in Australia due to the isolated position of the continent. Well, after getting acquainted with the feathered terminator, you will understand that the remoteness of Australia, on the contrary, helped everyone else to survive, because this bird could not beat a wolf, a cougar, and even a small leopard. No, we did not set up experiments, we are just soberly analyzing the situation. And now don't tease the cassowary, give him a like. Then there is hope that he will feel sorry for you if you decide to come to Australia for some apparent reason. Birds of prey are formidable fighters not only in the sky. A fox is a predator that is heavier than an eagle and has stronger jaws. But the eagle doesn't even think of taking off. When he noticed the fox's unhealthy interest in this person, he tilted his head and went to sort it out. Of course, the redhead could only retreat. Even with one paw, the eagle could overcome him thanks to his huge claws. Funny scene? It's not very funny to the fox. It's good that he remained intact. This cat did not immediately understand the size of the one that he wanted to attack. The cat was sneaking up to the bald eagle, who was just having lunch with his favorite fish. Just look how the cat changed his mind about attacking when he realized what a huge bird was in front of him. One glance of the eagle was enough to cool the hunting ardor of the predator. How would you voice their dialogue? Write some options in the comments. However, sometimes conceit fails eagles. This predatory giant thought that he would be feared and shunned. No matter how, he just doesn't know who crows are. This brazen bird flew up to the eagle from above and sat on it. This is not an attack, it's just that the crow wanted a ride. Well, it's not difficult for the eagle. The bird of prey was in shock, but the crow, having rolled on it, calmly flew away on its own business.